Hey, I got an issue on this foldable e-bike. Right now it's kind of power surging. So even when you're not even in a throttle mode or you're not applying the pedals, it'll actually kick into power even from a standstill. And then when you're running, it surges kind of violently actually at times. So I think I found the issue. I had my hand wiggling up inside here. So I'm going to remove the controller access box and see if there's a wire loose in there. Um, this is my first time ever in here. Let me see, I got a concoction of wiring in here. It did not like that noise. This here model on here is a KZQW23C-GDS-BAX controller, 041 input DC 48 volts, made by Tongsheng Powertrain. Pretty sure the issue was in here because I reached up here earlier, and then just by jiggling my finger in there, the power surge was on. I mean, I could test it just by putting everything back inside and trying the bike out, I guess. But I really didn't see anything out of the ordinary. These wires here are pretty frail looking. I'd like to tape all those up. I don't know what those are for. What is that going here? Quite a bit of wiring too, running around. That looks to be like the back light. Yeah, that's the back light wiring. That's what that is. Yeah, I could help by putting some black electrical tape here and here, and maybe there. That's what we're gonna do. Just get a good look at that if you want. managed to tidy up cabling cluster, so hoping that by keeping them manageable in there, I could assume that this will all be what the issue was. It's kind of tight, gnarly in there. Very much. Yeah, see right where that wants to go in. It's there. Not like this here. It's in there, but I suppose that's okay. Okay, now I'll just put the cover system back on and take her for some spin. See now, I don't know if you paid attention to me removing these. I got 3 little screws and 3 large screws. Now, judging from this setup, there is no rhyme or reason where the large and small. I should have paid attention to that when I took them out, but I'm guessing this would be a large. These would be small. 1, 2, 3, and that's a large. So these 2 are large for sure. You could see in there there's a aluminum kind of butt sight again. See this one here. Obviously I've had more issues with my mid drive because it's kind of finicky. It's very good on power bands, but I've had, well, it's sitting right behind me here. I have a flat tire on it. Actually, here, I'll show you. This cassette, initially when I got it, this is a new box for 8-speed. But initially when I got it, it came with a Shimano and a Shimano derailleur, which I've changed to a box. It had issues. It would skip, chain skip, and it actually damaged my 4th sprocket, warped it, because if on a mid drive, the power goes through the chain to the rear drive. So if you're pedaling or going to change a gear, there's a mechanism on here called a shift sensor, and it's supposed to cut the power out intermittently to allow for a smooth shift without a big torque of power. Well, obviously that is okay, but gimmicky, because it really slammed power to the rear and it bent my cassette. And I've changed chains, and I noticed just now I changed the chain today because I'm going to well, I'm going to install this new cassette, and I noticed my chain has a broken link already. And although the box 4, they recommend to reduce chain skipping, it kind of skips rarely, but it still does. So obviously I think that's what happened, and it damaged one of the links over time. However, so this foldable has just been like a tank. Rarely any maintenance on it other than this issue. You just get on and go. It just seems more dependable. It's fun to ride. Obviously the power band on a rear hub is different in that the moment you apply power on these rear hub drive bikes, the power goes immediate. So whatever they have what they call PAS, PAS, pedal assist levels, and normally they go 1 to 5. With this one, it's 1 to 5. So when you go into your first lowest level and start pedaling, it'll kick in the power to a predetermined level, say 8 kilometers an hour, and then pass to, if it senses that, well, then it brings you up to whatever it is, 12 kilometers. So there's no in between. It's just instantly there's where you're going. Obviously if you're on a hill, it's trying to get there, but it probably won't. With the mid drives, they're more nicer in the sense that, say if you have the same, like pass level 1 is 10, whatever, 8 kilometers, and pass level 2 is 12 kilometers an hour. Well, if you're pedaling it detects how much strength you're pedaling, so it won't push you to 8 kilometers an hour. It'll take you to whatever your pedal is. So it might be at 4 kilometers an hour, but its max will be 8. But then if you start pedaling hard, then it'll bring you to 8. It'll assist you to 8 kilometers. And if you're going faster, obviously it's useless. It's all up to you to change your pass level now on these little controllers to go to pass level 2, 3. So what I'm getting at is, if you like trail riding and whatnot, it's a lot better with a mid drive, because it doesn't just boost you right to that speed and then throw you into a tree or do a tight curve and all of a sudden you're doing 8 kilometers an hour. So that's the difference. Anyway, we're gonna try this baby out and see if whatever I did worked. Well, I'm gonna say that was a success. I just went for a nice little rip on it. No surging, none whatsoever. Beautiful. Yeah, even this is actually something I did earlier. If I had that on 1, it actually would jump up, go into power mode and take off, because earlier it did that and it surged, knocked my mirror back. But anyway, there's the recap. So I think I got her. I think there was something to do with that controller box wiring. Just giving her a good charge there now. Internal frame charging, or you can unfold it, or yeah, unfold it, take the battery out and charge it that way. But nice little bike. Polarna M5, Polarna. I call it Polaris, but Polarna. So there you go.